on YouTube just because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just trying to make it happen. We get this thing go away. And by the way, thank you again. I cannot thank you enough for jumping on that man. You're missing a trip. I've always, I've known having awareness of that place.
Yeah.
That was one of the deadliest tornadoes in Alabama history.
This part of the, really from now all the way up to midsummer, was very busy for us. And we wanted to go there in the spring or the fall. And I think this guy, we don't just plan it, we're not gonna go. We've always said, I said, this is the thing, so we planned it for that day, whether that weekend, we were gonna go up that Friday. But, see, I done it through my hotels, .com, my hotel keep one. So all I done was casting and I worked on it.
For original reporting.
Well,
So
let's check.
I think it would be,
Excited.
I think it'd be, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful place. I think the fall will just make it more beautiful with all the fall colors.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point.
So, you know, when you said that, because I've been back and forth with her about it, I've been like.
Well, if you were already on the fence, it could be you're on the fence for a reason.
Yeah, you were my side. When you said that, I was like, there's my answer.
I like it, Russell. That makes me feel better. I was like, I just thought, oh gosh.
I pitched it to Greenland.
Go stand right at that microphone. Let me make sure this is picking up correctly.
Okay. Think I can make it?
We're good.
Probably not. Ready? The microphone.
You got it.
Oh, I did! Yes, 2 points. Finally, I finally made one. Russell, you and Christy need to go on that. I think we mentioned that to you before. I was excited to see the news about your book. It's like in pre-release and already.
Yeah,
Already moving up the
How,
chart.
how does that work?
I've never had a book before break into the top 50 while still in pre-order status.
Do you think it's because your other books have been so popular? And
That's some of my audience has grown,
yeah.
but also there's a big Mayberry audience in the world.
Oh yeah, it's
plus,
huge.
Plus, when you tie.
See, I did not know that
Yeah.
until we started talking about.
Okay, I'm going live.
Janelle Winery. Janelle Winery is listening from Cape Coral, Florida.
Hi, Janelle.
And she'll
On the live stream or?
Now, hello.
Hang on a second.
She's from Cape Coral.
Is she on Facebook or on like this which platform is she on? Is Jeanette? Janelle.
Very bioterror.
Janelle Winery. Oh, cool. Where is she?
She's in Cape Coral, Florida. And they will be traveling to Tuscaloosa Friday. They do a with a student here at UA.
Thank
and just on the app. Just listening live on the app. I'll tell us.
Okay, what's wrong with the board? Could you grab DC for us real quick?
No, John's here.
John, DC or John, anybody, we gotta get somebody like. DC, John.
We're off the air again. Now, her daughter, Lord, is fine. I went and looked at the university on it, remembered it for her daughter. She passed away suddenly.
What does black mean?
There's nothing, and there's a scholarship in her honor and everything.
Not anything is there.
Maybe you should turn your mics on?
No.
Okay.
This is all blank.
Oh, well,
Like it's already fired.
well, you get the home button. Let's see where you are in the log. Well, it's playing music.
Got it either.
All right, let's see where you are. What time is it? Let's see where you are. Oh yeah, you're sitting right here. So let's see, where are you? 11:39. Oh yeah, you just gotta skip all this stuff. You're actually way down here. That's not your fault. There was a problem with well, that doesn't execute. Oh, probably because it already executed. Yeah, this is a leftover of that thing I sent you the email about.
Oh, okay.
You remember how we were off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Magic Man.
yeah.
So
thanks.
once this stuff fires down here, all your monitoring will switch to the correct thing.
Ah,
Yeah, so it was way off track from a sports issue we had
Which
yesterday.
I don't,
Thank you, Magic
you.
Man.
there was a,
Not a lot, there was a soft one.
Love it.
And since the game was long, it ran long, it ran
Look at Johnny.
he's feeling it today, so who's
Hey, it's been a busy day already, and it's Monday morning, and I'm looking forward to this. This will be the breath of fresh air I've been
It is.
needing.
It
And
is.
cousins in the house.
They're full.
What more could we ask for? Thank you, thanks again.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I told you, anytime I'm in town, you can make it happen, just call me.
Oh,
That's the trouble being in town, you're legend.
still have a few seconds. Just a little bit, not long. We have Christian book author Russell L. Estes. I've been doing this shout out.
Shade Tree Rider.
Do you want to write a shout out to Chrissy's Salon for me so I can say it? Yeah. You got a pen? I'll do a shout out to both of them. I hear Mr. Don Hartley. How'd you like our post? Picture of you with our poster, us going road tripping.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You see what I put, Master Stylist and Magician.
I love you in that car. All right, we're on, cousin. Crazy, you would think this would be and the adrenaline does kick in once we go on air, but still, it's a different, compared to what we've been doing earlier today.
Been a Monday.
Hallelujah, I'm so glad to be here.
Always fun.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Noon Show with Lisa and Johnny. We are coming to you live and streaming everywhere. The Noon Show airs Monday through Friday from noon until 1 o'clock Central Time. Each day, we bring you engaging conversations, fresh perspectives, and stories that connect us all. Johnny and I would like to invite you to join us along with today's show guests, Russell L. Estes, Christian book author, and of course, longtime friend of the show and our dear sweet cousin. So, for today's conversation, pull up a chair, sit back, and relax. And now, without further ado, here's Johnny.
And hello, everybody out there in Noon Show land, because it spreads all over the country. We're just so grateful for our listeners. Thank you for joining us right here on FM 100.1 and streaming us live on the noonshow.com and the Catfish 100.1 app. We're so glad you're here today. And we have to start the show, don't have to, but we really need to remind everybody this is a very, very special day in the life of this great community, because 15 years ago, as everybody probably remembers,
Right.
a rash of tornadoes came through this whole region of actually all over the state that day, but especially here in Tuscaloosa. and cut a 9-mile swath, mile, mile and a half, 2 miles wide, and a lot of lives were lost. A lot of people's lives were changed 15 years ago, and we want to shout out to all of those who are perhaps still recovering.
Could be.
But let's all remember what happened, but more importantly, the resolve of Tuscaloosa to come back, and the gratitude that we have for the literally thousands of volunteers that jumped in the day after, and for weeks and weeks and weeks after that, from all over the country that came into Tuscaloosa to help us. Volunteers, the community came together, and it's hard to say it this way, but we're a better community today.
Well, it could be because as a result of the collaboration to help each other really just survive it, and also the real rebuilding.
Absolutely.
And I would say I don't think anybody would ever forget where they were. I remember exactly where I was.
No, that's one of the dates that's etched into your memory.
Oh yeah.
And one of the pieces I recently wrote, it talked about sometimes how tragedy actually brings the best out of people.
That's true.
It changes lives. I mean,
You're
look
right
at what
about
it done
that.
for Tuscaloosa. Look at the when parents lose a child, what they do with that. They don't curl up and let it die. They keep that memory alive forever and create things out of it to help people down the road. And I believe that's what Tuscaloosa done. Tuscaloosa came together like I've never seen before.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Then, just a few months later, what happened? A tornado similar hit in Missouri. And, what happened then? Tuscaloosa sent help.
We turned around and went and helped those. I'm going to shout out to someone who I think, and this is not a political statement. Please don't understand that. I mean, please understand this is not a political statement. I do want to shout out to our mayor, Walt Maddox. Walt was a catalyst for collaboration, for bringing people together. He was kind of our Rudy Giuliani. If you remember Mayor Giuliani, how he came together on 9/11.
That's right.
I give our good mayor, Walt Maddox, he came into his own that time and brought people together. He removed obstacles. He encouraged people. He brought together all of the resources, and he was always encouraging everyone. So, Walt, I know you listen to the show, Mayor. We appreciate you. And I remember where I was, and I remember how everyone jailed almost within 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
Everybody just mobilized.
Amazing. I was called in to help put together temporary emergency services to help them get organized, because they were one small group that had a real responsibility with only one warehouse, thousands of volunteers, and everybody came together and put the organizations together. People came. We had 8 warehouses instead of 1 within like a week, and 18-wheelers came in and parked their trailers to use as warehouses. I mean, people came through. I remember one couple that came through and left off their wasn't a Winnebago, but their travel trailer. They were pulling behind their truck. They left it off at temporary. They were from Kansas, and they drove here, left it, gave the deed of sale.
Isn't that incredible?
I remember.
Like I said,
it was
from tragedy, a lot of good things were born.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm reading the Tuscaloosa thread, how they covered it, and it says that the day set the record for the most tornadoes in Alabama in a single day, but there were tornadoes all across the region.
That's right.
But just here in Alabama alone, over 200, I'm not talking just Tuscaloosa, but in Alabama, 200 people were killed.
A lot of folks don't remember Coleman's downtown was taken apart.
Yeah,
That's one example.
Small
Yeah,
town of
exactly.
Hackleburg, Alabama.
Hackleburg is a good example. A lot of small towns, but Tuscaloosa was kind of the centerpiece, I guess.
We took a hard hit that day.
Real hard.
Yeah, we were.
People directly or indirectly lost their lives that day that we know of.
That we know about, and we were talking that earlier. But God blessed us. He had the right leadership in the right places. People understood and generously gave of themselves and their resources to help each other. And so don't ever forget what happened on this day 15 years ago.
You know what we can do, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
You know, in things like that, to remind us how fragile life is and, you know, how God wants us to live it abundantly.
Yep.
So as we take time to reflect today and we do that solemnly, let's have a hootenanny today.
That's
Heck yeah, thanks, Cousin Russell.
exactly right. Because we have been blessed in this community. You know, this community, quite frankly, while we look back to remember, we don't look back in terms of, oh my goodness, look how far we've come.
Look how we've changed.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that our city is growing and prosperous and vibrant. And but we don't forget. We don't forget.
No.
We don't, and I would just like to also shine a little bit of light on, well, quite frankly, the University of Alabama Entrepreneurship Institute
Oh,
and the
yes.
great things they are doing.
Yes.
They have something called the Selma Resilience Initiative,
Mhm.
and Johnny and I have been involved
We
with
have.
this initiative since the fall. And on Saturday, we all came together at the Edge.
Yes.
Again, part of the University of Alabama, and there was a certificate program for people. So there were some people who were brought up from Selma, Alabama, Bruton, and Birmingham, and right here in Tuscaloosa.
Mhm.
And it was just a really wonderful experience for
Very
people
fulfilling.
coming together and getting some training and some resources and tools to help advance their careers.
Lisa and I were blessed to be able to join the coaching team and participate, and hopefully we help touch some folks and change some folks' lives maybe. But what beautiful people they were.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing them all again.
I'm looking forward to their success.
Me too. Yes, and we've got a couple people on the calendar from
Yeah.
that initiative who are going to be coming in and sitting in the studio so that they can have, quite frankly, access to
That's
some
right.
experts
That's
in their
right.
field.
And we've got some folks from the Edge that we're scheduling to come on in the future, and so we'll try to continue to share this kind of. It's a great resource. Folks may not know about the Edge.
That's why I wanted to talk about it, because I didn't know anything about the Edge until last fall.
Right.
And I worked at UA for 27 years, and that's terrible. I mean, like, I didn't know it existed. Is that new? No. It's been around for
But
a
it's a
while.
great resource. It's kind of
It is a great resource.
kind of at the heart of our entrepreneurial climate that's growing in Tuscaloosa. Really important for our economy, and what an asset it is.
It is. And speaking of assets, also, how about the Tuscaloosa Public Library?
Yes,
In
it
particular, the
is.
Bookmobile.
The bookmobile needs to be replaced.
Guess what? We have one of our esteemed judges for the Deviled Egg Throwdown right here in the studio.
That's
I
right.
can't
What?
wait.
Cousin
I can't
Russell S. Estes.
I
Thank
can't
you
wait.
so much, cousin.
Look, when you said, do you want to be a judge to a deviled egg contest?
It's like,
I thought about that for like a nanosecond.
Yeah.
I'm in.
it's like, yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Was that really a question? So, cousin, let's tell them. So, this is going to be on May the 30th at Druid City Brewing Company. And it's going to be from 2 to 4 o'clock. So shout out to Bo Hicks at Druid City Brewing Company. Thank you for hosting us. We've got live music by Harrison McCullough. And thank you to Cody Duffy, the chairman of the entire committee, and his team from 205 Restaurant
That's right.
and Bar.
Oh, they jumped in with.
They are so organized
Oh,
and so
goodness.
great.
What a great job. And by the way, if you're out there and you're sitting at a restaurant, or maybe you are a restaurant owner, perhaps you know a restaurant owner, there's only 20 spots and they're going fast. So if you're a restaurant or you know one and you're listening right now, we need to get you involved.
Yeah, just reach out to
And
me
Okay,
or
one
me or
thing you
John. Yeah.
mentioned, man, you were talking off the air, Johnny. If you don't have a deviled egg on your menu, hey, make it special for this
That's right.
day. Create
That's
it,
right.
come out, a chance to market and spotlight your
That's right.
restaurant, what you do, your shelves. Put it together and bring it out. We were talking about maybe, the Mexican restaurants are not big on deviled eggs. Maybe, what if you add a little salsa to it?
That's right.
Hey, we got
Yeah.
all
There's
Oh
all
my
kind of-
gosh,
but
yeah.
Creativity will be
You gotta
one of
be
the judges'
creative.
criteria, by the way.
I'm sitting here as a judge. I'm trying to tell them what I want.
That's a good idea. But folks, y'all need to get involved. Check it out. We'll be talking about this. By the way, Town Square Media along with VF Goodrich and Harrison Constructions, are the lead sponsors.
Yes, they are. And I'm just so excited.
Absolutely.
My very first fundraising event, Cousin Russell. So
I'm already practicing.
It's a great.
good. I got to practice
It is.
eating your
Yeah.
eggs and rating them, right?
That's right.
This is gonna make national news because we can't find one that's ever been done before. We think it's the first ever. And so it's gonna be a great day, a lot of fun, great cause. And folks, put that date on your calendar, Saturday afternoon, May the 30th, 2 to 4 p.m. at Druid City Brewing.
Yeah, tickets go on sale on eventbrite.com on May the 4th.
That's right.
Be there, be square. We've got a great show lined up for you today, but I wanted to just make a comment or two to you really quickly before we go to the break. So if you've got a middle or high school student at home, listen up, this is something special. Registration is open now for summer youth programs at the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Alabama. We're talking about Young Writers Camp, UA Art Camp, and Crimson Coral Camp, all designed to spark creativity and confidence.
That's right. The Young Writers Camp is for grades 6 through 12, where students will work with experienced writers and explore storytelling in a very fun, interactive way. Great skill to have.
Yes, and UA Art Camp gives high school students hands-on experience in everything from ceramics and sculpture to digital animation, graphic design, even woodworking, and a World Cup 2026 inspired architecture competition.
How neat. Plus
Yeah.
Crimson Coral Camp, it's open to ages 15 to 18. Let students sing and perform in the incredible Moody Music
Isn't that
Concert Hall.
wow.
Oh, wow.
What a great opportunity. I would
Yes.
love that for my child. You know, these camps take place on the University of Alabama campus this summer with multiple sessions available, and space is limited. So don't wait. Learn more and register today at uayouthprograms.com. Give your student a summer that inspires. Roll Tide and roll research.
Let's go, guys. Get involved with that. I mean, what an asset we have right here in Tuscaloosa with this fantastic University of Alabama, Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences.
Yeah, y'all check them out. Okay, we're going to be back in the studio with Russell L. Estes, our dear sweet cousin that has come by to see us today. You're not going to want to miss a single minute. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We'll be here right back. I proofread the commercial, but chat built it. I didn't realize it gave me all speaking parts just about. So we need to change it. My bad. No, I was looking for, and as it is, I had to mark that out to check everything, you know.
Well, get the message out.
I need to change that though.
When you get,
Too
when
much.
you get ready for me to tell a bit about my books or anything,
What do you want to talk about first, cousin?
I'm gonna do this.
Did I?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
What are we going to lead with?
We've done that before. What do you want to lead with?
Whatever you want to.
Wait, where are we going to use that theme music
For
for your book?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
for the book.
I'm gonna play it right before we, as you're in.
Let's go to the book first.
Go to the book
Let's
first.
go to the book
And then
first.
we'll go with that, that can lead into.
That could lead into Mayberry Fest.
Mayberry Fest.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
Perfect.
But yeah, let's do
So I
it.
got my book signings lined up.
When your book comes out, June
June 1st. on
1st. That's the day. That's the
Andy's
day.
His
birthday.
birthday
That's Andy's birthday.
and his birthday.
So I'm gonna do an early release in my hometown because I've always promised my little hometown brilliant that I would give them early access to any book I have.
I think that's super.
And it's a limited amount that I'm able to do. I'm gonna give them on May the 23rd at Cold Fest. And then,
So is it pre?
then it's on. I have copies. I will have copies by then, but now it's pre-ordered.
Looking forward to it.
And then June the 6th will be at Dreamland, Tuscaloosa. They're gonna host an event for me. And then our next event will be Andy's birthday. And y'all will be there.
I'm so excited.
That's gonna be the release party there. It's gonna be the hoot It's gonna be so fun.
We're so excited about Mayberry.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna love it.
I've never done anything quite like that before. I'm just,
You're gonna be so excited in that parade.
I'm already beyond excited. Thank you for including us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're getting to this.
Welcome back to the Noon Show, right here on FM 100.1,
Yeah,
better known
welcome
as
back.
Catfish 100.1 perhaps, but thank you for being with us. We've got folks all over the country listening today, and we are absolutely excited every time our cousin comes to see us, and he is right here with us. It's Russell
Yeah.
L. Estes. Now, why are we saying L? I tell you why. He had a little Facebook issue a few weeks ago, got it started. So if you want to find Russell on Facebook, all you got to do is put in Russell L.
L as in Lisa.
Estes. L as in Lisa. Russell L. We'll just name him Russell Lisa Estes.
ESTES.
ESTES is correct. And go look at him on Facebook. I tell you, I'm a follower, and his morning devotions just absolutely start my
Yes.
day. So Russell, cousin, always good to see you.
Howdy, cousin. Welcome
Oh, it's
back.
so fun to be here.
Yeah,
Oh,
welcome
my
back.
goodness.
Howdy, howdy.
I got that call yesterday. Hey, is there any way you can come on today? And I said, well, yeah. Let's make it happen.
Well,
Well, you got a big project coming out soon.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
talk about that. Tell
you
us
got
about
a
it.
biggie coming.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What? That sounds familiar.
What is that?
What?
That sounds like Andy.
Little
Mayberry.
I love
Mayberry
it.
action there.
Little
I
Mayberry.
love it.
So yeah, we
You
got,
got a big new book coming out.
we got a big new book coming out. You know, Andy Griffith, if he had not gone to glory, he would have been 100 years old this year, June the 1st.
Isn't that amazing?
And so we started working about a year ago on how can we put this together to commemorate someone that meant a lot to a lot of folks. I mean, you know,
Millions.
it was started in 1960 and
Yeah.
still today is the only show that has been continuously running. It's never been off the air.
That's
It's
correct.
never took a week break.
That's right.
You can go anywhere and find it on a daily basis. And the thing about, you know, the Andy Griffith show with Mayberry and, you know, with Andy Griffith being Andy Taylor, the sheriff on Mayberry and everything, he was like, to me, growing up in that era, watching that with my dad, I could see a lot of Andy in my dad and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it kind of became all these kids that watched that, it was their dad.
Yeah, we
So
grew up with him.
we grew up with him.
That's
We grew up
right.
with Andy. So he's turning 100 this year. So we started working on this project. What can we do?
Yeah.
Well, each show of the Andy Griffith, each episode was kind of a little lesson embedded in comedy.
Mhm.
You had Don Knotts that would get in there and just make you laugh your guts out. And then here comes Andy, the cool, calm, collected. And he's going to let you mess up so you can learn a lesson. But he's going to pull you out before you get too deep. He's going to give you those values and the morals and everything that you need in a daily life. And he's going to embed that in a little 30-minute episode each day that makes you think about life without knowing that you've had that. So, you know, when you combine that with what can we do, let's tie that to scripture, because is that not what the Bible does? There's little parables in the Bible.
Mhm.
There's little stories about redemption, salvation, overcoming hurdles, everything. You go back and you can look at these episodes of the Andy Griffith Show, and you see a lot of that.
Yeah, you do.
Without having to beat somebody over the head with the Bible, we were learning moral lessons through the Andy Griffith Show and a lot of laughter. And anybody that knows me, if you're around me too long, what are you gonna do? You're gonna laugh.
I hope so.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
If you're not laughing, you're not listening.
well, most of the time it's because they look at me and they say, "Boy, you look funny."
No, that's not
I don't
true.
think
That's
so.
not true, cousin.
But, you know, I feel like laughter it heals a lot of things.
Good for the soul, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And
Yeah.
you know, so for Andy's birthday, what I wanted to do is put together a devotional. There's 249 episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. That would be a big book, but I took 60 of my favorite, and I put them together and told the little story about what each episode is, tied that to a scripture, and then following that scripture, I got commentary about what that episode tied to that scripture and what the lesson was. But I wrote this in my language. I wrote this that you can understand, and when you
Yeah.
read it, you almost feel like that Andy is talking to you. It's in that language.
Speaking about having somebody talk to you, have you ever considered turning any of these books into audiobooks?
I have looked at that with some of my past books.
Because quite frankly, I want you to tell me that story while I'm on the road to Indiana, cousin.
Yeah, that, you know, I have looked at it, honestly, Al, and the cost to do that and get it hosted and everything, and then have a place for people to purchase that
Mhm.
versus what it does for you. It's really, it gets offset.
Gotcha, gotcha.
It's really not cost efficient.
Not cost
I
efficient, yeah.
love the name of the book. Tell everybody what the name is.
It's called Whistling Wisdom, the Gospel According to Mayberry. Because of course, like we introed me coming on there with the whistle, that started each episode.
It
And
did.
when you heard that, no matter where you was at in the house, you knew what was coming on.
And even today, whether you watched it or not, you know what it is.
Oh, you catch
It's
people whistling all the
amazing.
time. We were, funny story, last summer, we took a little trip, almost a year ago, it was last May, we got to visit Hawaii. No lie, we heard someone whistling the Andy Griffith Show on the island of Oahu.
In Hawaii?
Now, they were probably visiting from Mississippi. But they were in Hawaii whistling.
That is so cool.
Now, one of your followers is still one of ours. Shout out to Tiffany.
Jiffy over in
In Honolulu.
Honolulu. Yeah. We got Janelle and Tom down in Cape Coral today joining us today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
shout out,
They're going
yeah.
to be here this weekend. I get to go dine with them Saturday. I'm looking so forward to it. I met them through, like we talked about earlier, tragedy turning into something positive. They lost their daughter through unfortunate circumstances. A student here at UA.
Sorry to hear
And
that. Yeah.
she gets her postmortem degree. Is that the word for it? But they're coming to accept her degree.
Yeah.
And this weekend, and they have done some amazing things through her life. They've created Love Like Lauren. It's going out and hugging people. They have a grief share program, and they have a scholarship in her name and everything. And I'm just looking so forward to giving them a hug this weekend.
Yeah, I bet you are. Tell everybody again, the book is officially coming out June 1st.
It's coming out released June
But you
1st.
can pre-order
You
it
can
now.
pre-order it now almost anywhere, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. If you type in my name, just Russell LS, that's or Whistling Wisdom, it's going to come up on multiple sites to pre-order.
Yeah, and we know that people are pre-ordering, and it's evident in the fact that the book's already climbing the charts, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I just looked right before we came in here. I think last night we were up near, hovering right above the 50 range. I'm in the top 50 now.
On the bestsellers
On
list.
the bestseller list. First time any of my books. I've got 5 bestsellers, but none of them has ever hit it this early in a pre-order status.
Yeah. Well, as we were talking, you've got such a great following now, and all of us love your book. I mean, I'm one of them. I've got them all now, and they're
You
very.
should have higher inspiration for your books.
No,
Yeah.
God's Porch is still my favorite book, but I think Whistling Wisdom got a chance to take over.
It might take the
It may
lead.
take over. But yeah, folks, and again, the Facebook, it's Russell L. Estes. We want to emphasize that because we don't want to go to the old side, do we?
No, they
died.
scammed that, and they've been trying to sell everything. You know, they're selling
Yeah.
stuff so cheap on that old side of mine and scamming people. I almost bought something there.
Because we're going to go to break. You've been here enough. You
Yeah, I need to
understand.
stretch.
We got to pay some bills.
Yeah, we
pay some bills.
do. But, before we go to break, Johnny, I love supporting local businesses, especially ones that have been part of our community for years.
Oh, same here. And Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers is a perfect example. 41 years.
Wow. Family owned, trusted, and right here in downtown Tuscaloosa.
That's right. And when you walk in those doors, and they take good care of you.
Yes, they educate you, guide you, and make sure you love what you choose.
That's right. It's not, and that's really what's the difference about
Yeah.
Hudson Pool. It's not a purchase. It's an experience.
Exactly, Johnny Rocket. From engagement rings to repairs, they do it all.
They absolutely do. So visit them downtown Tuscaloosa, 1111 Greensboro Avenue, or you can go to hudsonpool.com for the same great service.
Shop local, shine brighter.
And tell them Lisa and Johnny in the Noon Show sent you.
Okay, guys, we got more Whistling Wisdom from Christian book author Russell L. Estes on the show. When we come back, you've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. Whistling Wisdom. Ah,
I love the
Yeah,
name.
that's
It's
such
a perfect name.
name.
I knew
Absolutely perfect.
when I was going down my list, and that was one of them. I knew that had to
Oh,
be it.
it just makes plenty of sense. Yeah. Because you do. When you hear that, you know.
You know what it goes to.
You know.
I mean, it's,
You know what's also funny too, and you, a good example of this, I can almost, when a show comes up, I can almost do the dialogue on
Oh, I can.
most all of them.
Oh, really?
And, I've been going through my trivia book, kind of getting ready for Mayberry.
Yep.
I'm thinking we ought to have a little Mayberry trivia before we get to that on the show, maybe a little bit.
Well, June the
But-
1st, when I'm
but
back
it
home,
never-
we can give a book away by Mayberry Trivia.
Never gets
Y'all
old.
do that before you can buy it. Mayberry Trivia, get a free book, I'll sign it.
Isn't it funny? No matter how many times you see the show or an episode,
Oh,
it never
It's great.
grows
It's
old.
great. You know, and you'll catch little things that you didn't catch.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's one, what did I see this the other day? I think it was on YouTube. I'm following all the YouTube stuff. I'm, Two Chairs, No Waiting.
Back Johnny Rocket.
I watch all of those. There was one the other day that had. We're back.
Yeah.
Right
well,
here on the Noon Show.
yeah, on the Noon Show Fun Show.
Yeah, and with
Who's Nanny?
cousin Russell being with us today, we've kind of changed a little bit of the way we decided we may be the front porch of Tuscaloosa.
I think we are.
So,
I think we
Maybe.
are.
can't you just see us rocking on the front porch and
Sun coming up, cup of
sun
coffee in
coming
hand.
up and talking Andy and
Storytelling
Opie
time.
and storytelling.
I'm gonna have to start wearing overalls when I come in here.
Oh, I love it.
Cool,
I could just picture it.
Ooh,
Yeah, I could totally picture it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
there's so much going on, Brother Russell.
Well, I tell you,
Cousin,
we need to
you know-
start our road trip like we talked about and get out there and really explore.
Well, we
I like
kinda-
that idea.
We used our little road trip in graphic on
I saw that. Yeah.
Facebook to
Yeah,
announce
because-
the show.
Cousin Russell sent that to us, and we're thinking that's going to be a spin-off show of some sort down the
We're
road.
gonna figure that one out.
Road trip
Yeah.
with Cousin Russell.
I love it.
I think it's a good idea. I think we just may pull that one off. So if you're interested in sponsoring that, folks. Anyway, but now, cousin, because of you, we've gotten more involved in some things. So we thank you for that, number one. We've got listeners because of you, but you've also connected us with some other great opportunities. And let's tell the folks what's coming up
Oh, man.
in June, because
I'm so
Lisa
excited.
and I are so unbelievably excited to be
It's gonna be
joining
so
you.
fun.
Yeah, to be joining you
Yeah.
for a very, very special occasion.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate like we was talking about earlier, Andy's 100th birthday. We're going to his big birthday bash up in Scottsburg, Indiana. Mayberry comes to Scottsburg. Eric Lowry and the crew up there has done a phenomenal job lining up guests and celebrities for this event and put together a parade that we're gonna ride in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a wonderful 3-day event. If you're on Facebook, you can go to Mayberry Comes to Scottsburg, or if you just want to look it up on the web, Mayberry Comes to Scottsburg.org.
Yeah.
And you can find out all the information. Wonderful 3-day event. It's June the 12th to the 14th. Family fun, free event.
Yeah.
All the work they put in this, all the celebrities coming, all the people that you see on TV coming, and they're not going to charge you for that.
That's
So
right.
there's some paid events there. There's going to be some celebrity dinners, some meet and greets, and a few things that will require a ticket. But overall, this is going to be a free event, and it's just it's not my first time going, and I can tell you, my first time there, I was just overwhelmed in a good way of how fun this event was. I mean, from the time you get up to the time you lay down at night, you don't realize how much energy you
That's
spend
right.
living life, and it's so much fun.
Well, wouldn't it
That's
be great if we had a Tuscaloosa caravan going to Scottsburg, and a shout out to Eric, who is, I
Yeah.
don't think you'll mind me saying, I love his email.
I do too.
Little Fat Mayor.
Little Fat Mayor.
Yeah,
And,
Eric, he is a tribute artist. He portrays Mayor Pike on the Mayberry from the show. But he's also in the movie, The Mayberry Man, and the series, The Mayberry Man, the series. You can stream both of those, download them. I think they're now on Amazon Prime movies, Netflix, anywhere. But look up Mayberry Man. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see
And that's Eric Lowry.
Eric Lowry. Yeah.
Wow! Shout out to
He
Eric
plays the
Lowry.
mayor, yeah.
He plays the mayor in those movies
Yeah.
and in the series.
I
He does
picked
a
it
great
up.
job.
I picked it up on YouTube. That's where I've watched it.
Yeah, it's on
You
YouTube.
can
You
pick
can watch
that
it.
up.
So it's a wonderful family show.
Yeah, but Johnny brought up a caravan from Tuscaloosa. So I'm wondering from you, you've been there before. How different is Scottsburg, Indiana, culturally from Tuscaloosa, Alabama? The only reason I ask is we're going on the air on that Friday.
Yeah.
I'm wondering kind of what they're going to make, what are they going to think about us, you know?
It really, I was very, very surprised. It's really not that different. you're right there across the Kentucky line. It's southern Indiana and everything. They even had sweet tea. And, that's how I judge if I've gone too far. When the sweet tea runs out, I've gone too far. I have to turn around. But
That's your metric.
they knew my love of banana pudding, and I was, cousin Eric actually awarded me a whole bowl of banana pudding
Oh, wow.
myself at the event. But they also introduced me to persimmon pudding. It's an
I
Indiana
saw
thing.
that.
And,
Oh, yes.
And
That's a specialty.
I almost hurt myself. I showed out.
I've never heard of that. What's
It's
in
good.
it? What's in it? I mean, do you know, or
Goodness.
just goodness?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
goodness is in it.
Yeah, and as you probably would expect, I already done my research. Old chamber guy wants to know about Scottsburg.
Yeah.
And it's a delightful little town. I can tell that it's a small
The
town.
town square is just
Only-
stepping back in
Only
time.
30 minutes from Louisville. So it's close to Louisville and about an hour to Indianapolis.
Exactly.
And very well located, but it's a delightful place when I did the research. And Lisa brought up a really important point. Other than one local radio station, we're the only show that's been invited to do a live broadcast.
Oh yeah, I told them there was no need. Once they got y'all, they locked y'all in. I said, yeah,
We're
you
gonna
don't
have-
worry about it. We got it.
But Lisa's right.
Thanks for bringing us along, cousin.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a 2-hour remote on Friday from Scottsburg, Indiana, with the Little Fat Mayor and a few of the other very, very famous folks from Mayberry.
We got a lineup already started. We're still confirming a lot of it, but you can go on that website that I gave you, the mayberrycounty.scottsburg.org, and see a lot of the some of the guys that were child actors on the show are coming back. Dennis Rush, great friend of mine, lives out in California. He's coming back. He played one of Opie's little buddies on the show. Wonderful guy. You'll be able to meet a lot more too.
That's really cool, and that's a long way to travel, right? I mean, from California to.
Yes and no, because the show was based on Mount Airy, North Carolina, which was Andy's hometown.
Right.
But it was actually shot. A lot of people think it was shot in North Carolina. The show was shot out in California on a studio set called the Back 40 Lot. Every episode that you've seen was shot out there. So for them to come out here, it's almost like coming home to something they grew up in and actually getting to see it.
Yeah.
But they get to see this atmosphere.
I know there are a lot of folks listening that I guarantee you're Mayberry fans. There are hundreds and thousands out there
If
listening.
not, you should be, and we're pray about it.
But I'd like to plug my favorite YouTube show is Two Chairs, No Waiting.
Yeah, well, Alan Houston,
Alan does it. He's from Alabama.
Alabama boy.
He's an
and also-
Alabama
He's
boy.
also in the movie Mayberry Man.
You can go on and actually you can watch it every night like I'm doing right now. And he does trivia. He tells the inside stories of episodes. It's really, really fun stuff. And he plays Floyd.
He does
And
Floyd.
he's got Floyd's voice down. He's got Ernest T. Bass's voice down. He's got 2 or 3 others.
This is a YouTube show, Johnny Rock?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Two
Alan-
Two chairs, no waiting. Okay.
They run a online store called Weaver's Department
Weaver's
Store,
Department Store.
which all the Mayberry memorabilia that you'll need. Alan's a great guy. He was here a few years ago when Tuscaloosa actually was one of the premieres for when the Mayberry Man come out at the Bama Theater.
Yeah.
And him and a lot of the actors came here and premiered that movie at the Bama Theater. And that was the first time I've met Alan.
I think he's up around the Coleman area somewhere up in there.
He's in Huntsville.
Oh, in Huntsville. But did he grow up somewhere in the?
You're probably thinking of Kenneth Junkin in
Yes,
in
that's,
Gordo.
I am thinking
Gordo,
about.
Yeah, Kenneth's in the movie too. He'll be in Indiana. He portrays Otis,
Otis,
the town
that's
drunk.
right, that's right.
Ain't that a fun role to portray?
A lot of Alabama connections.
They are. There's a
So-
lot of here.
Let's create a caravan.
We got,
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm wondering though, once we get this caravan created, so where are we going to tell the people in our group, our travel group? Because I've never been there, so we're all newbies. Russell, you've been there, you've seen it. What's the most surprising thing that we're going to encounter just to start off with at that festival?
I think the most surprising thing for me, anyway, when I got there, I felt like I'd lived there forever. I was a big surprise when I got there. I had no idea this was happening, but when I got there for the first event that I was invited to, I was there to speak at the chapel service, which this is another thing I told you, as a family event. On Sunday, there will be a chapel service And, everyone's invited and everything. So, I mean, they don't want you to miss church on Sunday. So a chapel service is part of a 3-day event when you talk about Mayberry. But when I got there, we had the opening ceremony, the mayor's proclamation and everything. We're sitting there and they've invited a couple of guests up, celebrities. And I don't consider myself part of the celebrity group, but they've invited them up and gave them a key to the city and everything. And I'm sitting there and my name gets called. I get invited up and get given a key to the city of Scottsburg.
Congratulations!
And, I was overwhelmed. I was not prepared for that, and I didn't know. Now, I'll ask you, think about this while I'm telling you the rest of the story, but I want you to think about where I went to first to try to use that key to the city to get into. But think about it, and I'll come back to that. But what I want to tell you about, you're asking what was the most surprising to me, is how it makes you feel like you've been there forever.
Yeah.
That's what I said. When I got up and I had to give my little spiel to the townsfolk in the town square, and I'm in the gazebo, a huge gazebo in the middle of the town square with thousands of people out there, and they put me on the spot. I didn't know this was going on. They handed me a key to the city, and I'm standing there, and I've been here less than 24 hours, and I'm already looking for a real estate agent.
It's that welcoming.
Yes, that's
So
my,
that- so
that's
they
my
just-
speech to the city, how welcoming it was when I got there. And if I had to pick up my belongings right now, where would I go? It would be
Scottsburg, Indiana.
You remind me of two things. Number one, when Aunt Dee and Claire put together a song, My Hometown.
My hometown.
That's the first thing. The second thing reminds me of Mr. Moody,
Yeah.
who had just been kicked out of the community, pulls into Mayberry. They make him citizen of the day, give him a key, and he's going around robbing everybody. So I hope
He's a
you didn't
pickpocket.
use your key that way.
Well,
You went to Weaver's department store.
now, when you get a key to the city,
Key,
what
you
do you
need
think?
key etiquette.
Yeah, you think, where would you go if you had a key to get in any building in the city? Would you go to the bank, or would you go to somewhere like that? You know where I wanted to go?
Sheriff's office.
No, there's a little pizza joint up there.
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to go. Yeah,
Do they have banana pudding on the menu?
not at that place, but I tell you, we found this little pizza joint, and
Yeah.
right there on the town square, and it's some of the best pizza you'll ever eat. It's called Chicago Pizza, but it's in Scottsburg, Indiana, and it is amazing.
I think Eric may be listening today, so shout out to Eric. But I want to remind everybody, go check out Two Chairs No Waiting. But
Absolutely.
also, if you're a big Mayberry fan and you're a follower, go to weaversdepartmentstore.com.
Anything you want there.
Everything and anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, matter of fact, I'm going to be ordering some things.
Now
I'm
get
looking
stocked
forward
up
to
on
that.
your,
I don't usually wear a cap, but I'm ordering me one of those
There you
Mayberry
go.
Sheriff's caps.
I'm gonna start a
There you
list. Okay, Johnny, I've noticed something. Every time you talk about Bryant Bank, you sound pretty confident.
Well, after 20 years with them, I should.
Well, that's true. So what makes the difference for you?
Well, they not just your name, they know how you like to handle things. They know what you need, and they're always ready to help you.
That's more than just banking.
It really is. It's a true relationship.
Yeah, and you can count on it. And that kind of service, it builds trust over time.
Exactly. And they deliver it year after year after year without ever missing a beat.
And did you know that kind of consistency is rare?
And it's why I've stayed, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customers have stayed.
Exactly. You can visit Bryant Bank in any one of their beautiful locations. North River, Northport, and beautiful downtown T-Town, or online at bryantbank.com.
And remember, Bryant Bank is an equal housing lender and a member of
FDIC.
Go see our friends at Bryant Bank today.
Yes, this hootenanny will be continued after the break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. I am excited. What should we order? Should we order some things from the Weavers?
There's
What
some,
how should we prepare for the trip? Should we?
just like you're going to a festival here in town, whatever you would wear to, what's the Fridays in the park down here? What's it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
Music at the
government-
Plaza.
Yeah,
Music at the Plaza, Druid City
But
Festival.
do people ever dress up as the characters or?
They have tribute artists that do that. They'll have people there dressed up as each of the characters. They have pretty much anybody you can think of. There's this little guy is only in one episode, but his name was Malcolm Merriweather. He's a British guy.
That's
comes from
right.
town, and he rides a bicycle. I'm friends on Facebook with the guy that portrays Malcolm. He does an excellent job. He'll be riding his little bicycle around with a British accent all weekend.
He took Ernest T. Bass's place at the safety patrol.
Yeah. But they'll have Ernest T. Bass there. But yeah, there'll be people, tribute artists will be dressed as characters, and they will be in character all weekend. You will not know you're talking to somebody that was not on the show.
So what do you want to talk about? Like, make sure we talk about before we get out of here. I know we got a ton of things to cover, but we've only got one more segment.
Yeah.
We want to finish with the book, by the way, so
Yeah,
people will
we
know
go
where
back
they can
and-
pre-order.
You can go back and touch on the book,
And
then
the,
you know,
The
I'd like to go
personal
back-
appearance kind of things you're gonna be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go over my book signings and all that.
Schedule.
And before we end it, I'd like to touch on the deviled egg thing again.
Okay.
Because with it being, and this will be a tie to that, with the book being released and everything, my book, almost any book I write can almost be contributed to the bookmobile. Because I grew up in a small town without a library, even at school at the time didn't have a library.
Okay.
Wow.
And the bookmobile was my only access to literature growing up. And every summer I'd go check out books, and I could escape
That's a
it anywhere
great-
in the world.
Thank
Great
you.
idea.
Oh, wow. I love that idea.
That's how important the bookmobile is.
Yeah.
I mean, it turned into 6 bestsellers.
Great point. Gosh. Mm.
Well, welcome back to the front porch of community in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama, better known as the Noon Show Fun Show.
And it's also home of Fun Radio.
That's right. And are we having fun or what? today?
We are. I love it when Cousin Russell comes to see us.
Cousin
Always
Russell,
fun.
it is just an absolute blast. So I hope we're starting your week off with a smile and a little laughter and a little encouragement.
Man, it's so much fun. You know, what's good about coming on here is we just sit here like we're talking on the porch.
Well, that's what
We don't even have an agenda.
That's
No,
true.
there's no script.
I do think we need to requisition some rocking chairs, though. Reckon?
I think
Well, I reckon that'd be good.
I reckon that'd be good. But you
in
know
the
what?
new
But you know
studio,
what?
let's put rocking chairs.
Let's do that. But you know what? I don't want to your point, I don't want to gatekeep. We're hogging Cousin Russell out of ourselves. Where can people find you out in the community? So I know you've got some appearances.
That's right.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming up with this new book release with Whistling Wisdom coming out. You know, I'm from the small town in Marion County called Brilliant, Alabama. And yes, brilliant because we're all smart from there. But no, that's actually an old reference to the Brilliant coal mines named after the rich mineral that come out of that area. The coal burns so brilliant that they named the community after that.
Oh, wow.
But I have always promised them, whenever I release a book, I will give you one of the very few first shots of that book that I can. And they're having their annual Coal Fest up there, May the 23rd, I believe it is. It's Memorial Weekend, start to Memorial Weekend on that Saturday. And I've got a limited number of books that I can release to them because it's actually before you're able to put those in your hand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to slip a few out, and maybe the publisher won't get too mad at me. So May the 23rd in Brilliant, Alabama, that'll be your first availability to get that book in your hand if you want to come up and hang out with us that day. A fun event, all day music. There's been, I hadn't even looked at the musical lineup this year, but you know, there's been people there like Blackberry Smoke. So they've been through there. We've Doug Stone has been through there. There's always one headliner and a lot of local talent comes through there. So May the 23rd in Brilliant, Alabama, I'll be releasing that book to the public for the first time. Then we're gonna come back here with y'all on June the 1st. We might get one or two away here in studio as we celebrate Andy's birthday.
That's a great idea.
And then that very next weekend, we just got through with discussions with Dreamland Barbecue here in Tuscaloosa. And we're going to be holding a book signing at Dreamland Barbecue on June the 6th. That's a Saturday. You can come out and.
I got so hungry all of a
Well,
sudden.
what a
Yeah,
combination.
I'll tell you.
You'll have
Andy
Cousin
Griffith
Russell
and Dreamland.
and Andy Griffith and ribs.
I'll tell you,
That's
it's gonna be a good day, right?
Is there a way for us to bring our rocking chairs with us?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's mandatory at this
Yeah.
point.
Cousin, I want to go back to what you were talking to Lisa and I about during the break and your experience with a bookmobile, which ties
Yeah.
back into the other subject we've been talking about today.
Yeah.
Tell the folks about why the library and the bookmobile and why you kind of jumped on board with us for the deviled egg throwdown. Tell that
Yeah,
story.
with with the, this benefit, the bookmobile, I was sold right off the bat. You know, for a lot of kids in areas where there's not a library or anything, especially during the summer months, they don't have any access to literature. And that was kind of me growing up. You know, in Brilliant, we didn't have a library. You know, so the nearest one was half hour, 45 minutes away or so. But that bookmobile made it to my little hometown once a week. And boy, it was like the ice cream truck. I couldn't wait. I'd chase it to the neighborhood and get my books. And that was my introduction to literature. You know, I would go in and check out my Huck Finns and my Tom Sawyers. And, you know, I was the adventurous type. I wanted to read about the adventures because I grew up in that small town where we didn't have a lot to do and we didn't have a lot of means to do it. We grew up and without trying to give you a pity story, we were poor. And so I never saw the world. I never saw anything outside that little town, but I could get a book and go anywhere in the world I wanted to go. My imagination would let me go anywhere that, you know, that a book would carry me. And so the bookmobile is kind of, it's dear to my heart because I feel like that I have 5 bestsellers now with the possibility of a 6th on the cusp here. I don't feel like without that bookmobile in my life at an early age that I would have any of this.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us your heart, cousin. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it because you and I are definitely connecting on that one. I
Yeah.
love the bookmobile.
It's a
And
great resource.
yeah, there's another very active member of our committee. I'll tell you off the air about her.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar experiences with the bookmobile
And
herself.
the point we're making, folks, we want you to put this and save the date of Saturday, May the 30th from 2 to 4 at Druid City Brewing. It's going to be the first annual Devil Eggs Throwdown, and it's benefiting the Tuscaloosa Library bookmobile.
And I think there's a few judges, but I told them you'd only need one.
Well, we've got some.
he wants all of the eggs for himself, okay?
Think about who, and maybe we should tell everybody who's judges. It's, of course, Cousin Russell, Edie Hingham,
Yeah,
Stephen DC
yeah.
are coming on board. So, man, you talking about celebrities. We got them.
I'm
You're talking about
excited.
Edie coming on board too, you know, with her being cousin to Elvis.
That's
which
right.
was a Devil Day, one of his favorite meals.
I think it was.
So, I mean, it might be tough company there. I don't know. I'm going to have to bring my A game on this.
I think it comes natural though, Russell.
Well, when
I
Lisa,
really do.
when
Yeah.
Lisa dreamed up this idea, you know, man, has it connected. It seems like everything is falling into place. And folks, you don't want to miss this. This is going to be just an absolute blast. And so many have jumped in, not with both feet, but with their entire
I've done a
whole
cannonball.
beings.
Well, I just want to tell you, cousin. So I was pitching the idea. Johnny had already opened the door to a restaurant owner that he knew, and then I walk up and give them more detail as to, you know, why I dreamed it up and what was. I just said, quite frankly, my heart is in this. And there was a lady sitting across the table because I said one of the reasons is they go to assisted living facilities and people who are shut in, they can't get anything other than until the book. You know, they look forward. The lady sitting across from the restaurant owner said, my mother lives that. She lives in assisted living and she gets excited when she knows it's time for the bookmobile to come. So,
Yeah, it's more than just a library on wheels.
It really is.
It's an outreach.
Well, you know,
for a lot of people that wouldn't have that.
That's right. You're saying it perfectly. The underserved, a lot of folks, even in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, they can't get to the library for whatever reasons. And so this is a very important asset. And the one bookmobile has served them well, but it's running out of
it's
gas.
just,
I mean,
it's too expensive, cousin, to be repaired, and it's just got to be replaced. And quite
Really
frankly,
Yeah.
it is expensive. It's a custom-made vehicle, so.
But before we get away, I also want to put in a plug, because he won't do it himself, but I want to put in a plug for Russell. Folks, if you have not been a follower of Russell Estes and Cousin Russell's books and his Facebook, you're missing an absolute blessing, I promise you. Go on Facebook, Russell L. Estes, and I'll give you my description of my cousin here. He's got a little bit of Louis Grizzard in him, got a little bit of Mark Twain, got a whole lot of Andy Griffith in him, but he's got himself. And
That's right.
The spiritual lessons that you will learn as you laugh, as you cry, as you giggle, as you just question, am I doing what's right? You need to be a follower of our friend.
I
right
think
here.
you just
Cousin
described
Russell
Dr.
is-
Seuss.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss, I forgot about.
Well, you know, I can just hear it
Thank
whenever
you,
I read
thank you.
anything you've written. I can just hear you talking. I
Yeah.
love that you write in your one true voice. It's the one Cousin Russell true voice. I love it so much.
I
I'm not
read,
gonna pretty it up. You're gonna get raw, you're gonna get,
that's
you know,
right.
I want, like I said before,
It's just you.
I want a conversation on the front porch over sitting in the office.
Well, you're writing at 4 and 4:30 in the morning, because you tell us
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and
every
then
morning.
I'm reading you about 6.
Yep,
I'm a 6 o'clock riser, and within the first,
lunchtime, that's lunchtime.
that's lunchtime. Banana pudding
Yep.
at breakfast is a good thing. And but by 6:30, I'm reading Cousin Russell. That's right. It's a blessing.
It is a blessing. It is a blessing. And Cousin Russell, thank you again for coming to see us
Absolutely. Thanks for
today.
having me.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you back in the studio here on June the 1st for Andy Griffith's 100th birthday.
Wow.
That's right. That's going to be so much fun.
I'm already excited over that.
Yeah, Little Fat Mayor's going to join us.
He's coming on live with us that day. We're
And
gonna have a
perhaps
good time.
Andy's daughter.
We're gonna see what we can, I think,
Yeah.
well, I think,
I think it's shaping up that maid could happen.
could it happen now? I know she's, there's a lot going on that day with her, and I think she was gonna be in the air. I think there was a flight involved, but
I
she's not gonna be able to make it, but I think Eric was working on
But I
something.
think we were talking about maybe getting her under pre-recorded, so we'll have
That's
her
right,
that day.
that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, you'll want
Yeah.
to listen to that day.
Definitely listen on June the 1st, but one of these days when we come back, maybe on June the 1st, I want to talk about how in the world did you even get connected with this group, Cousin? I think that may be an entire episode by itself. So
It's a wonderful story and one that only God can drive.
That's right.
I got to know
Cousin
more.
Russell, we love you, my friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah,
It's my
thanks.
pleasure.
Thanks for coming. So tomorrow, cousins, we on the show we've got Tuscaloosa County Sheriff Ron Abernathy here in the studio. We'll also be joined virtually via Microsoft Teams by Marshall County Sheriff Phil Sims, one of my old classmates.
And I happened to see a photo of both of you in your senior.
That's right. Our
And,
senior
so
pictures.
if anybody wants to see Miss Sunshine here as a senior, call me. I got it.
Hashtag what was I thinking? My cutting my hair short right before senior pictures. I don't know because
Now, who's coming tomorrow?
Phil Sims, Sheriff of Marshall County, and Ron
Sheriff.
Abernathy, Tuscaloosa County Sheriff.
I don't know how this happens, but everywhere I go, the police always find me.
Look out, cousins. Okay, we
They're
have
coming
run
by
out
to
of
check
town.
us.
Okay, we got to wind this down. But before we go, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. For Johnny Aycock and Cousin Russell, I'm Lisa Jones, signing off for the noon show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone a splendiferous rest of their day. See you on the radio tomorrow. Woo!
That was a good one. That was fun.
You know,
Great
you
show.
got me with
That
that.
was a great show,
I had
man.
no idea that was your experience.
Great
with the
show.
book logo. Hey, will you tap that button to take us? Oh, and I got to take care of this mother here too.
I'm not tapping finish.
Yeah, just hit finish.
Yeah. So no, I had no idea, but I wanted to tell you though. Okay,